So we arrive in Brooklyn. We want to come and interview with the Haredim. And we hear, just as we get here, there's this big riot going on just a couple of blocks over from us where there's protests and this kind of thing. What did you think about that?
I thought it was wild. I mentioned that in, my opinion, that we crossed a threshold on October 7th. The lid came off the can, that it's not going back on. I believe people that were neutral to Israel since October 7th are now sliding on the negative side of the scale. That people that were once, I give or take what's going on with Israel, they have the right to defend themselves. Both sides have a right to do what they're doing. Now it's Israel is genocide, is the aggressor, is heavy-handed.
So isn't that ironic that the ones who are protesting that are actually quite violent? And they're bringing violence to a very passive group of people. The Haredim are not violent at all. They're very passive. And yet they're there screaming and shouting. In fact, when we came by the police station, we had seen that some had been arrested and their friends were waiting for them to come out, and we tried to engage them. What happened?
They yelled at us.
They just started...
Get out of here.
All right.
They didn't even want to have a polite dialogue. They didn't even know who we were, where we stood, what our views were. Just get out.
So there's no place for conversation. The conversation is ended. This is what it is, and now it's just a case of you will agree with us, otherwise we'll shout you down, and at worst we will harm you because of it.
Yes. Things are turning violent. Clashes are becoming more and more violent. It's quite frightening. I'm concerned, To be a Jew, people are tucking their Star of Davids in their shirt. They're taking their kippahs off.
In a city like New York, which is the second largest Jewish population in the world, just like what happened in France and throughout Europe, England, London, and now it's happening here in New York. And it's just a matter of time before what we see there is going to happen here in America too.
On a beautiful Sunday morning at a quiet Orthodox synagogue, there's tons of NYPD officers with barricades. On one side of the street are Jewish people with Israeli flags, and on the other side of the street are Palestinian flags and people in keffiyehs. And there's police to separate the two so things don't get violent.
Yeah, I saw the mayor of New York posted something, and he did not get a good response because at the end of the day, he's trying to, placate the population to say, oh, it's not so bad. We arrested a couple of people. But the fact that being Jewish in New York, you're not able to act freely is very, very concerning. Are there any more protests that you know of?
Actually, this very evening at Crown Heights, there's a protest that's called Flood Crown Heights. Bring your Palestinian flag and wear your keffiyeh, loud and proud. It's very concerning, though. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure. I feel the tension just being in the city.
I think we're at a place, we've now crossed the line, as I mentioned before. We're at a place where we never were.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're going to return to normalcy, to seasons of quiet. It's been nonstop, week by week, month by month, since October 7th.
2 years now.
2 years, and it's not getting any quieter. It's, in fact, after a little bit of a lull, it's ramped up again. So, it's very concerning.
The agitators they're nothing less than terrorists because they're terrorizing people, making people afraid. You can't walk with your family. Who knows what's going to happen? And so it's not just protests anymore. It's gone over the line to literally domestic terrorism.
And it's global.